Hi, welcome to my channel, Talk Like a Tarot. Today is September 3rd, Wednesday, 2025. So, before I get started, I want to remind anyone that's watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you and gives you clarity, then great. If it does not, then don't force it to be a story. My daughter she plays with my cards, so that's so funny. I'm gonna use a new deck today that I got yesterday, and I am super duper uber excited to use them because they're dual cards. They dual as tarot cards and oracle cards, and each set, the major arcanas are their own, obviously, right? But each court card, from the ace to the king, it's a storyline. And the wands, beautiful. The cups, beautiful. The swords, beautiful. The swords, actually, it's what really interests me. And then the pentacles, beautiful, right? They all have a storyline that they connect, and I love a good storyline, right? They're just beautiful. They're beautiful. So I'm excited to use them. I tested them out yesterday, and I don't know why, but it just felt, I don't know, I tested them out yesterday, and they're just more like in your face, kind of. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. All right. Oh, also, like, some stuff came in the package. This is called The Blistering Sun. Okay, by the artist, the creator of this deck. So James Eads. So, all right. So, okay. Oh, that's the dumpster. The trash is being taken out. I mean, literally and like metaphorically speaking, like the trash is literally being taken out, which is amazing, right? Run, run, we run the town. Tricks from the house done. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I got this cute new, like, cozy thing, and it came with like a matching hair tie. How cute is this? I just got it as a gift, and I love it. It's cozy. It's like perfect time for like the fall. All right, so that's so nice and hot too. All right, so yeah, let me use this deck and start the reading. Alright, let us see what comes out. They believe their own lies? Oh, you're right about everything. So whatever you had an inkling about, whatever your intuition was talking to you about, yeah, your intuition, you were spot on with something. I almost bit my lip. You could have said something or voiced an opinion, but the opinion was more borderline, like it was like more fact than opinion based. Okay, so your opinions could be based off of fact. So there's something about communication, all right, like that third house, that Mercury energy, 8 of Wands energy. There's something about that there. So you could have said something and someone doesn't want to hear it, someone doesn't like that. Your opinions aren't just opinions, they're opinions based off of fact. All right, so that's something we're gonna end up getting back into in a second. But whatever you were doing, whatever you thought, whatever you said, however you felt, you were right. Okay, you carry the light. She's singing. So yeah, you carry the light. All right, so I feel like someone could also, individuals, you could have individuals that resent you because you may come off as like a know-it-all, or, well, actually, right, and it's not even like that. I hear all the time, oh, you think you're so smart, oh, you think you know everything, and I never said that. I never thought that, right? It's just that what I know is what I know. I don't know everything, right? So there could be people that resent you because of what you do know. And what you know just happens to be facts. It's not just opinions. It's, you know, the majority of what you know could be fact. And people resent you for that because you seem to just know everything. And on top of that, you carry the light. So it's not like, it'd be one thing to, oh, you think you know everything and you don't, and you're wrong all the time, and you're right. That's one thing. But it's another thing to like you just seem to know everything, and like what you know be on point. It's like you just be opening people's eyes, minds, and hearts, and steering people down the wrong path, or like you know where you're going, or it's like there's just something like it's just on point. So people can be, you have individuals that can resent you for that, but there's nothing you can do about that. All right, darned if you do, darned if you don't. So it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about that, really. Okay. I'm also getting, do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. So when it comes to these individuals, you might as well just not even bother talking to them, because they're not gonna, it's not like they don't care. It's just they resent the fact that you know what you're talking about, and it makes them feel inferior, right? It makes them feel dumb. And you can't help that because of what you know. It makes other people feel dumb. Go level up. Go open a book. Go read. Go pray. Go meditate, right? You can't help that. Darned if you do, darned if you don't, right? So it is what it is. Two cards. They have secrets and they are being revealed. Leo. So someone could be in a download relationship, or in a secret relationship. All right, that could be getting revealed soon. All right. I feel like it's going to be on the worst end of the spectrum for this individual, because if it's like a download, if it's like a man hiding that he gets involved with other men romantically or sexually, that's going to be revealed very soon. All right. I also feel like the reason why whoever this individual is, whoever this person is, whoever these people are, the reason why their secrets are being revealed is because they were trying to delve deep into your personal life, your romantic life, to be more precise, right? Your romantic life. Your affairs of the heart, who you're rolling around with in the sheets per se, okay? Something like that. Want to know, not just that, but wanting to know like how you know what you know, right? Like how are you always so bright? How are you always carrying the light? Or how are you always so positive and bright, right? With that Leo energy, that sun energy, right? How are you always so confident, right? It's like somebody was trying to really dig into your business, your life. Could even gone as far as trying to look up your natal chart to see why you are the way you are and how you are the way you are. And it's like, that's not your business. And they were only doing that because they felt some type of way, like they felt inferior, or they felt dumb, or they felt like they were in lack of, or they felt like, oh, you think you know it all, right? And it's just like, no, it's just what I do know, you don't know, and therefore you feel like you are in lack. Okay? So, you're never going to know every single thing that someone does know. Okay? Granted, you can share ideas, theories, beliefs, whatever the case it is, but you're not going to know every single thing that someone else knows. And I feel like someone was trying to go that far by trying to like, oh, how do they know this? It must be a secret because I don't know. I can't figure it out. So it must be a secret that they're hiding. No, it's just their business. So mind your business. It's not a secret. It's called minding your business. So, so because they were doing that, trying to be all up in your business, and they felt some type of way because it must be a secret because they're not allowed to know, or it's just not, it doesn't have anything to do with you. Mind your business. Shut up. So now their secrets are being revealed. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, this aunt card keeps coming out. So this could be an aunt of yours. You could be an aunt. Some like an aunt figure. All right. This aunt of yours could be a Leo. You could be a Leo. All right. It's like somebody doesn't understand. I feel like someone wants to see you as like dark and gloomy and demonic. And so when you're being presented to the world by the Most High God as the light, as the Most High God created you to be, right? You have this aunt figure that's like, well, it can't be. They must be doing witchcraft. They must be doing something demonic. They must be doing something dark. And it's just like, or you're just a hater. That's also a possibility. Perhaps. Mayhaps. Oh my god. So, yeah, that's, so if this is an aunt, whatever she was trying to, like, the same ways that she was trying to do a roundabout investigation with you, right, to look up whatever she wanted to look up, or this could be an uncle, it could be an aunt and uncle, whatever, the same methods that she tried to use on you is backfiring, because it's like, I also feel like the reason why is because God, the Most High God, wanted to see how far she would go, right? Let me see, you ever see a child do something and you told the child, don't do that, and the child's like, it's okay, and then you know, like, the child's gonna do it anyways, but you want to see how far they get with that? That's this aunt. God wanted to see how far she would go with this, and she went pretty darn far, and it's like, it backfired. So hence, back to the beginning, what I said, the trash is being taken out. Okay? So that's that. I feel like whoever this individual is, they don't have to be an aunt. It's just because it says that on the bottom of the deck. I feel like whoever this individual is, they really are envious about your free-spirited energy. That Leo, you ever see the Sun card in tarot? It's always like a child. The child is like naked on a horse riding through like the fields and the sun in the background. I feel like the nakedness represents like there's nothing weighing that child. Like, you ever see children, they're so happy and free, like there's not a care in the world, no bills, no this. That would be like that. Like you just seem so weightless, right? So weightless and so carefree, right? So how can you be in that energy but dabbling in demonic and dark and dirty witchcraft? Because the energy it speaks for itself, right? You can't be loving light but dabbling and making deals with demons. That's not the energy. It doesn't, the energy is not energying, right? So your energy speaks for itself. So I feel like you know who this individual is. You can have an inkling. You already knew. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Right. So, all right. Let me get two more, and then I'll move on. She's obsessed with you. Jesus Christ. Okay, so you could have an aunt figure that is obsessed with you, or you are this aunt, or it's really given karmic feminine. Listen to God. Yeah, I feel like you're being told about this is happening around you. All right, don't do anything about this. Okay, don't do anything about this. All right, God's gonna tell you when to get up, when to sit down, when to move, when to stand still. That's all you need to worry about. Don't worry about he, she, they, them, their intentions, what they're doing. All right, don't worry about them. You're aware of them because you should be, right? You're aware of them, but just keep it pushing on with your life. Just focus on your life. You don't have to do anything. Oh, I know you mean me ill, so now I have to confront you, and don't be doing all that. So you definitely have this karmic woman that is obsessed with you. All right, a karmic feminine. Could be an aunt figure, your aunt, an aunt, mommy issues. So whoever this woman that is obsessed with you has mother issues. All right, but again, listen to God. All right, God's gonna tell you what to do next. I'll get one more, then I'll switch. I kind of want to like put all this in one bag, tie it up, and just move on. We're going up, it's our moment. Gotta be glowing. Oh. Ooh. I haven't seen this one in a while. From caterpillar to butterfly. That's why she's obsessed with you. That's why she can't accept that you have become this beautiful, amazing. Look! Aunt again. This is your aunt that is obsessed with you. Right? They can't wrap it around their minds how you became a butterfly. How you went from a caterpillar to butterfly. How? You must have done something demonic. You must have done some witchcraft. You must have done some swapping, some this. You must have done something dark and demonic. But the thing is, butterflies are beautiful. They're amazing. And they're so light. And you ever touched a butterfly's wing? I have. Or like a moth's wing? I have. They're so light and so incredibly fragile. I'm talking about like, they're like these, they're thinner than rice paper, than tissue paper. That's how thin and fragile they are. So to be in that weightless, light, carefree energy, it would be impossible, because you would be weighed down by the burdens of these demonic contracts, and now you gotta go sacrifice this, and now you gotta go betray them, and now you gotta, dabble in this, and now you gotta go do that, and all that spirit cooking and shit like that. That doesn't, it's so opposite. Alright, it doesn't make sense, and this aunt of yours cannot understand how. But that's crazy, because if she can't understand, that just shows her relationship with the Most High God. That shows. If you can't see the power of God in front of your face, then do you even have God in your heart? No. Because you're questioning God's divine power in your face. For someone who believes in God so much, now you want to question. These are individuals that, demons and demons and demons and demons, but that's not an angel. That's not an angel. Like, be careful of people like that are so quick to believe and see, and demons and demons. That's demons. That's demonic. But okay, but what about the glory of the Most High God? Divine grace, mercy, compassion, kindness, love, and light. What about that? Be very careful, because people like this be so quick to demon. But when it's time to witness the power of the Most High God, no, that can't be God. Well, why not? Is it because you've never experienced it? Now ask yourself, why have you never experienced it? Do you really have God in your heart to be questioning the power of the Most High God? Now ask yourself. What is that? I'm hearing Where is the Love by the Black Eyed Peas. Now ask yourself, in this world that we're living in, people keep on giving in, making wrong decisions, other visions only living in by respecting each other. Deny thy brother. The war is going on, but the reason's undercover. The truth is kept secret and swept under the rug. If you never know truth, then you never know love. Where's the love, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the truth, y'all? Come on, I don't know. Where's the love, y'all? Yeah. This is someone who, like, they want love and light and abundance and compassion, but for them. And when they don't experience it, and when they see it happening to other people, that's demon, that's demonic. They sold their soul. They did, and it's just like, now I see why God is like holding off on you, because you still got a little thing, you got more to learn. And I feel like this is part of the individuals that resent you, because you know what you know, and your shit be on point. Okay? Yeah, from butterfly to caterpillar, you're flying. You're so weightless and beautiful and abundant. And people, when you see a butterfly fly by you, it doesn't matter who you are, child, adult, woman, man, child. You just take a stop to like, oh, cool, a butterfly. You just stop to like admire it for that second while it flies by you. That's your energy. When you walk by, you go somewhere, people take a second to admire you, right? Because butterflies are just beautiful. They're just so, you just want to look at the butterfly. It's kind of like, they're butterflies. What's so special about them? We see them all the time. But in the same exact breath, it's like, wow, look at that beautiful butterfly, right? So anyways, you got a hating ass aunt that can't wrap how this is possible. And it's just like, if you can't understand, then you don't have God in your heart, because you would know that God is everywhere and in everything, right? The stars, the sun, the sky, compassion, like, God is love. And if you don't see, I feel like this had to do with self-love. And if you don't see how this happened just by the simple act of loving thine self, then you don't love yourself. And therefore, if you don't love yourself, then you don't have God in your heart. It's very simple. Very simple. I didn't see it, so it doesn't count. I'll get one, and then I'll switch. I want one I haven't seen before. Hey, make a change. Look at that. Making change and making waves. That's your energy. Which is interesting too, because it says make a change, and then we have from caterpillar to butterfly. So there's like something about a deep metamorphosis. So in order for a butterfly to become a caterpillar, they have to make a change, right? Same thing with moths, blah, 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 whatever. Make a change. Embrace growth, right? If you want to be a flying butterfly, right, see and soar to new heights, you have to be willing to let go of that caterpillar life, right? Let go of the ground and be willing to lift your feet off the ground and fly and take a chance. And the thing is too, it can be very vulnerable, because when a butterfly first emerges, they can't fly for a few hours because their wings are wet, because the meconium and all that stuff like that. So they can't fly for a few hours. So they're very vulnerable in that moment. All right. But you have to be able to have strength, like in your most vulnerable moments, right? You have to, it's kind of like rebuilding yourself. You have to, it's scary, traumatizing. And it's like, oh my gosh. But you have to be like, you know what? I'm going to do it. Right? I'm going to do it. And then next thing you know, your wings are dried and you can fly. You can go wherever you want. Right? But you have to make that first step, knowing that you're going to be vulnerable for a period of time. Right? And butterflies, they do that. Women who give birth, right? That moment, the whole labor process and pushing the baby out or getting the baby out, it's a very vulnerable, tough process. Right? That is your most vulnerable state. When you're giving birth to that baby, you can't do anything else. You got to focus on that. That's a very vulnerable moment, right? Make a change, embrace growth, seek new paths, and welcome transformation with an open heart. You see what I'm saying? Because your heart is, it's so lightweight, light as a feather. I'm hearing light as a feather, stiff as a board. It's an old thing. So I feel like you know how to be light as a feather when it's needed, and when it's time to like, so you could be that child in the sun card, riding around weightless, right? But I'm also getting like when it's time to like, right? I feel like I said, when God says like when it's time to get up, you get up. When it's time to sit, you sit. When it's time to move, you move. When it's time to go. Right? Whatever. You just listen to God. And I feel like God is just like, enjoy this right now. Just have fun, enjoy it, right? But I do feel like when it's time to work and get down to business, and when it's time to be serious, you become that empress or that emperor, right? Like, you got shit to take care of, right? You got a whole empire, you have a whole thing you got, all right? So, but yeah, make a change. And that's how you went from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Now, I'm going to use the new tarot deck that I am so excited to use. You're so pretty. I'm excited. Okay, I'm like so excited, I'm like delaying it. You could have an aunt that her secrets are being revealed. I just want to throw that out there just to be a DICK, just because I'm trying to stall, right? So I might as well just throw something in there too. Alright. I'm serious now. There's an airplane flying above. Something is about to take off for you. I love, you hear that? And it just shuffles like butter on a hot southern day. Watch. I love it. All right. So, actually, I should say something too before I pull. So, this is not 78. Like the standard tarot decks, it's all 78. There's 79. There's an extra card in here. And I'm actually really excited about that extra card. Okay, I think that was a very clever thing to do. Alright, because I feel like that one card, that extra card, the question mark, it's just direct. 5 of Cups reverse. That's weird. On top of she's obsessed with you. So she could be obsessed at the fact that you're not feeling dark and gloomy and depressed. I think that's why she's so confused about this, trying to figure something out when it comes to you, because you're in this lightweight, flying, happy energy, right? And like I just said, now you're in that energy. Now, if you were spirit cooking and making contracts and deals and witchcraft, dark witchcraft, right, all that black magic crap, if you were doing that, that energy would speak for itself. It would show, right? The energy would show. The best example I can give you ever seen a crackhead, you can know, you just tell, right? That's really getting to them, right? Being addicted to a certain whatever is really, it shows their addictions, right? So I think that's why this aunt of yours is so obsessed, because in her mind, oh, you're only getting this, or they're only getting that, or she's only getting this, or he's only getting that because of deals and contracts and dark magic and black magic, right? That if that were the case, it would absolutely show on your life, on your energy, your vessel. It would show. Absolutely, it would show. Of course not. I mean, of course it would, right? It would show. But it's very clear and obvious that's not what the deal is here. That's not what's going on, right? And also another thing too, it would show because of your emotional state. You're a very happy individual. Five of Cups reverse, right? There's no depression, no sadness. What are you grieving? What are you worried about? What are you anxious about? What are you upset about? What are you depressed about? What are you... There's no dark and gloomy clouds over your head. It's not there. That's not a thing, right? And I feel like that's why she's obsessed, because if you were doing what she thought you were doing, you would be in this dark, negative energy. You would be able to see the clouds over your head, the dark, negative clouds, or 30-30 over your head. You would be able to see it. And she's obsessed because it's clear as sunny days. Where are the negative, dark clouds? And people could be like asking her, like, what are you talking about? No, they're dealing with demons. They're doing dark magic and black. I know it. And everyone's like, but there's no dark clouds, and they're happy, and they're light as a feather, and they're at peace. So, right, the energy speaks for itself. It's not. So I feel like that's why she's obsessed, because she's looking for that dark cloud that's supposedly hanging over your head as a result of that dark energy that you've been dabbling in, because it would show, right? It would show clear as day. Just as you can see a person that deals with addictions on a daily basis heavily, it shows on them. You can see that. Thank you, my light just flickered. Just, you can see that, but it's not popping up because that's not your deal. That's not what's going on. Okay, free as a bird, light as a feather. And I feel like that's why she has been doing like a roundabout investigation with you, like a roundabout way of trying to figure out, you know, who you are, why you're so happy, your romantic life, the things that you're doing, how are you so creative, how are you so free. And it's just like, that's not your business, right?
Hi, Mom.
Hi, my love.
I got one there.
Oh, it's so pretty. The daddy do the braid?
Yes.
I love it. Tell him good job.
Good job, Dad.
So yeah, so she was doing this roundabout investigation because you're trying to figure out how come you're not depressed. How come they're doing this dark magic? Where's the results? And you're looking for something that doesn't exist. So look, this is, hold on, it's the Five of Lotuses. Wait, see, and that's the Five of Chalices. Five of Lotuses, Five of Chalices, in the reverse. Whoever this aunt is, she's operating out of a false identity. Alright. I'm also getting this could be someone who pretends to believe in something or pretends to be something just to acquire that, right? For the best example I can give you that is so vague, but hopefully it will give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's use a wedding. Or actually a funeral. Thank you. A funeral. I saw this one video and there was this guy, right? He went to he just goes to funerals. He just goes to funerals. He eats their food. He grieves with them, right? He talks to them. And I think one of the people asked him, well, how did you know the deceased? And he's like, I don't. I just go to funerals to grieve and, you know, to because it's okay. It's okay to be depressed here. And it's like, that's not... So you're just eating the food and, you know, feeding off of the grievances and all that stuff just because you want to, like, have a place where you can do that freely and openly. It's actually kind of disrespectful. Because you don't even care about the connections or why everyone's grieving. You just want to be there for, like, the food. And because you're already depressed, so you might as well just go to a funeral where you can openly be depressed, right? And people would hug you and sympathize with you and I'm sorry for your loss, and you would be like, yes, thank you, but you don't know them. You're just there because you are already depressed and sad and you just want to be accepted in that energy. But it's not really, you're not there for the funeral. You're just there because you want the pity and the hugs and the sympathizers, you know. You want to feed off of that. You want to like enjoy that. You want to feel a place where you can, but you're not there for the right reasons. Okay? You're not really there because you have a relationship with that person. You just want what the environment, what the event is, what you just want to be included in that. Right? It could be something as like someone going to church, because if they go to church and they feel like they too will be involved, or they too will be gifted blessings by the Most High God, but they don't really have a relationship with God, and they don't really care about the people in church, and they don't really care about living life and having a good heart and being open to the Most High God and Christ, and they don't really care about that. But they'll go to church because they can be involved in like the food events and the raffles, and you know, God said he's gonna come and give us a blessing. Oh, well, if I go to that church, I too will get gifts and blessings. It's like that. Another plane. That's the second plane. Alright. So they're, I don't know, whatever. It's like they're hiding their identity. Okay, that's gonna be revealed. Like their true reasons why they're doing something. This could even be like someone that fakes their belief. Another example I can give you, right? There's a woman. I'm getting the Sex and City one, but she actually really did mean it, right? Let's say there's I don't know why I'm getting Jewish, but I'm gonna go with it. She wants to marry a Jewish man, but they're really strict. They're like, if you're not Jewish, I can't marry you, right? So she would convert to Judaism just so she can marry that man, but she doesn't care about the religion, the beliefs, the traditions. She doesn't care about that. She just wants it for the man, right? It would be like this. Whoever this individual is, they don't care about the meaning, the relationship, the essence of it. They just want to be involved for the blessings, what they can get. All right? Now, this could be about religion. This could be about church. This could be about a marriage. This could be about family. This could be whatever it is. But I feel like they're, whatever they got involved in a congregation, an organization or whatever, not because they truly believe in it, but because of what they thought they can get from it by being in that environment, by being around, right? It's like you have a pack of gum, right? So now all of a sudden everybody's your friend because they want to be close to you. They want to get a piece of gum, right? It's like that. It's like you have a pack of gum and this aunt is like, oh, they have gum. Let me go over there and be friends with them so I too can get a piece of gum. And it's not real. Alright? So, anyways. The Eight of Swords on the fence. But it's also the Eight of Birds. It's so pretty, man. Look. So that's the... And then that's the Eight of Birds. That's the Eight of Swords. Eight of Birds. Eight of Swords. So I feel like this individual was trying to keep your mind trapped from knowing who their identity really is, what they're really about, who they really are, right? Trying to bind your mind in one way or another. And somehow along the way, God stepped in and was like, listen, you need to know what's going on. You need to know who's who, right? And sure enough, along the way, like those inklings, that intuition, those messages was revealing to you about this aunt. And turns out you were right about everything. Your aunt felt some type of way because you carried the light within you. And because of that, you're getting an inheritance. You're receiving whatever it is that you're receiving. Blessings, blah, 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 blah. And they're shocked and surprised that they're not getting it. Right? And not only that, but I feel like there was some magic being done on you to keep your mind trapped and binded. And come to find out that's not the case anymore. And because that's not the case anymore, you're not in this Five of Cups energy, right? You're in the Five of Cups reverse. So I feel like this aunt is obsessed because not only is your mind all right, you're not having trouble, like, you're essentially free. Your mind has been freed, okay? And it's staying that way. Your mind is going to forever be free from now on. And because of that, hi, pumpkin pie. And because your mind is free, there's nothing clouding your intuition, your choices, your mind, your forward movement. I love you, right? Nothing like that. And that helps, like, there's nothing to be depressed about, nothing to be just sad about, nothing to grieve about. Hold on, pumpkin, I gotta do this, okay? I'll be done. And I love you. Thank you for the hugs. But I need you to finish your drink. And that's why she's obsessed, because not only is your mind free, but you're not bogged down by that dark energy, okay? God freed you. The Most High God freed you from that and helped raise you from perdition, essentially, okay? She doesn't like that. You can't... Here's the thing, too. If you have to block someone from receiving a blessing so you can get that blessing, just so that way you can say, I was blessed by the Most High God, you really think God is going to allow that to happen? No, you just blocked me from giving my blessing to my child. Why would I allow you to take it and then claim it as yours and then be like, and then turn around and say that I gave it to you willingly? No, that's not going to happen. And I feel like this individual was definitely trying to do something like that. Yeah, this is why, this is why. Listen to me, because, I'm living proof that God gave me this blessing. I'm living proof that you should listen to me and follow me. And God's like, that's not what we're going to do. My blessing and my gift is for my child, so they're going to get it. You already try to take it from them, and then you're going to take it and then say that I gave it to you? That's crazy. That's not going to happen. And that just shows, I feel like they're just showing God who they really are in their heart. And it's just like, I feel like I was getting a lot of words like disappointment. It's just like, they're just a massive disappointment, because it's like, you really had me thinking that you were all for me, but you were all for just what I can provide, what I can give you. Right? That's a betrayal. So I feel like whoever this individual is, if this is an aunt of yours, they're gonna have a lot of debt to pay, because it's you just played in God's face. That's crazy, right? That's so sad. I mean, God already knew. Like I said, God wanted to see how far this person would be willing to go with it. Yeah. Upright. The Mystic, Queen of Wands upright. So you could be like a white witch. You could be this Queen of Wands energy, right? A lot of movements, a lot of power, a lot of energy. You'd also be seen as, or you could be also a King of Wands, right? Take it how it resonates. Very beautiful, very attractive, very handsome, very magnetic, fierce. Your intuition's on point. You literally make these things happen. I also feel like with the Mystic that doubles as the Queen of Wands, you have, you know how to use your power to create change and to manifest. The Queen of Wands, Mystic, on top of make a change from caterpillar to butterfly, you literally are, it's like you're literally making your manifestations come to life. You're doing it. And it shows. Right? There's also that saying, God helps those who helps themselves. Right? So, you have a lot of power too. A lot of power. I'll show you. So that's the Mystic. And then that's the Queen of Wands. Mystic, Queen of Wands. There's also something about transmute. You know how to transmute? Here, I don't know if you can see, but that's her arm, that's her legs, that's her body. So yeah, that's your energy. Upright. 2 cards upright. 7 of Embers, which is the 7 of Wands, and the 7 of Cups. So you have your guard up to whatever illusion that this aunt is trying to project onto you, trying to throw at you, right? So you could have an aunt that's trying to throw illusions, trying to project, trying to confuse you, trying to make you think things that aren't true, make you believe things that aren't true, make you question things that aren't true, okay? But you're very protected, okay? Whatever magic that this aunt is doing, it's not working. You're very protected. And you're very, I'm getting like you're on guard with the tricks and the magic and the illusions that this aunt is trying to throw at you. You're very aware of it. Very aware of it. Right? And when it comes to the Queen of Wands has no problem knocking things down. Right? She's going to use that staff and, right, hit it out the ballpark. Because illusions where? Right? Depression where? Confusion where? Not here. Okay? So, definitely be thankful to the Most High God, because they're essentially putting you on game when it comes to this individual, all right? So you're aware of the illusions and the tricks, right? Trying to play with your imagination, your mind, I also feel like they were also doing this to other people. Trying to put other people in an illusion about how you are the way you are. Trying to make it seem like you're doing contracts and dark magic and deals, but there's no dark cloud over your head. So whatever they were trying to do and say about how you are the way you are, how you got this, and how you turn into a butterfly, it's not making sense because the energy doesn't show. It's not, right? You're gonna call someone like a heavy addict, right? But they look presentable, clean, very alert, responsive, aware, responsible, like addict wear, right? So it doesn't make sense. That's just an example, right? So it doesn't make sense. So, anyways. That illusion, that confusion that she was trying to put onto people, or he was trying to put onto people to make it seem like, oh, it's nefarious and malicious and sinister how you're in this energy. But how can you be free and light as a feather, but you're doing sinister, malicious things? It doesn't make sense. The energy would show. It would show. Right? It's like a heavy, burdensome. It's just, it doesn't make sense. So it's kind of like a demon who's trying to go to church to hide their identity. Right? So it would be like a person who has a demon inside of them, but they go to church and they dabble and they sing the choir and this to hide the fact that they have something dark inside of them. But no one's going to question it because they're in church and, you know, they're part of the community and, you know, they're a family woman or a family man, they're a father, they're a husband, they have children. No one would ever suspect that man is actually a demon, or they have things inside of them that need to be dealt with. Hold on, Pumpkin. No one would suspect it because it's like they're, I don't know, hiding their identity or being a chameleon, or they're trying to be incognito. That's what that is. They're trying to be incognito with who they really are, what they really have inside of them. But at the same time, they're trying to point the finger at you. Oh, that's not real. That's not real. That's not really from God. But why? Because I've never seen it. That's not true. Angels don't exist. But you believe in demons? You don't believe in angels, but you believe in demons? There's a reason why. Right? God's not going to bless someone like this. Right? If you're out here saying angels don't exist and blah, 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 but at the same exact time, you're not even facing the demons inside of you, and then you want to, God, why won't you bless me? You're not even looking at yourself. And when someone like you, collective, looks at themselves and you have love for yourself and you are willing to experience those vulnerable moments because you know it's going to be for your highest good, because you know you're going to be able to turn into a strong butterfly, you just got to wait for your wings to dry, right? You know it's going to be worth it. You just got to love yourself and keep going and listen to God. It shows. It shows. It's like they want the blessings of God, but they don't want to do the work. They don't want to experience vulnerability. They don't want to experience moments of reflection, moments of truth, moments of like, well, maybe I am in the wrong. Maybe I do suck. Maybe I am this. Maybe I should. Maybe I need to, right? They don't want to see that, right? God helps those who helps themselves. You want the blessings of the Most High God? Earn it. You can't just go to church. You can't just, say, I believe in God. You have to, what are you doing on the inside? Because that's where God is, on the inside, right? Instead, they're housing demons and animosity and hatred and jealousy and competition, and that's not of God. And in the same exact breath, trying to take someone else's blessing and say, yeah, God gave me this blessing. What? Life map. Wheel of Fortune. On the fence. That's they're stalled, delayed, stuck. They're not, it's like they're not receiving misfortune, but they're also not getting anything else. They're not, it's like their pockets have been the same for 10 years, right? It's like they've been making the same amount for, in terms of finances, the same years. They've been in the same position for 10 years. I'm just using 10 years, I don't know why, to be dramatic, I guess. They've been in the same environment for 10 years. They've been in the same mindset for 10 years. They've been operating the same way for 10 years or for however long. It's like there's no growth within them. And like I said, as within, so without. Right? So if they're not doing anything else inside of them, it's going to show on the outside. It's going to show. So because they're not working on the inside of themselves, so too will their outside reflect that. Right? It's like these are people that believe that only blessings and abundance, are a result from external. But you got to start from the internal. And then it as within, so without. Right? It'll, people that are really hateful, right? It's because they hate themselves and they feel some type of way about themselves. So obviously, as within, they hate themselves as within. They're going to express that and show that in without. As without, right? So with the Wheel of Fortune life map, there could have been something where destiny swapping, right? Trying to take your blessings and then claim that God gave it to them. And God's like, that's, we're not doing that, right? Life map, and then with the Wheel of Fortune, they're not gaining anything. They're not losing anything either, which is good for them, right? Because let's not be cruel. We're not cruel people, right? They're not losing anything, but they're also not getting any farther. They're stuck at the same level. They've been stuck at the same level for 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, right? They're just, right? They're stuck at the same level. They can't get past that one level. Okay, so they're not losing anything, which is not a bad thing because we're not cruel people. We don't want people to be homeless, but at the same time, they're also not gaining anything. And they're putting a lot of work and they're doing this and they're doing that, but they're still not. You ever ride a bike and there's something wrong with the chain and you try to pedal fast as you can, but because the chain's all messed up, you're literally not going any faster and you're pedaling, and you're getting tired because you're doing all this work and the bike is still not going anywhere. It's still the same speed. That's their life right now. So we have life map and then Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like this person, I don't understand, you're not doing anything. You think blessings just come like that, but you're not doing anything to deserve blessings, and you see someone else getting blessings and an anointing and an inheritance, and I'm going to take that and make it seem like, yes, I'm just special, that's why I'm so blessed. No. God helps all who helps themselves. Just because collective has an anointing on them doesn't mean that they can just wake up one day, be karmic as hell, be miserable, be dark, be nefarious, and then they're still going to get their blessings. No. They have to make room and earn and prove to God and, be of service, and you have to earn it. Right? It's like you go to a job and your boss is like, yes, this promotion is definitely for you, but you have to still work your way up and earn it and do this and do that, right? And when you get to that point, we'll definitely give you this promotion, right? It's like that, but you have to, because your work has to speak for itself, right? You can't just go in day one, you're promoted. That doesn't make any sense. You got to work your way. Even though the promotion is guaranteed to be yours, you know it, they know it, the boss knows it, the CEO knows it, everybody knows that this is going to be your position one day. But you have to make sure that you get yourself there, right? And you've been doing that. You are doing that. You have done that. Jesus Christ. One upright, one reverse. The Six of Swords reverse. And the upright is soulmates, lovers. Wow. Yeah, this aunt is definitely looking into your relationships, your personal relationships, your romantic life. Who you're rolling around on the sheets with, if you are, and what's going on with that, and are they a contributor of your this and your that? It's just ridiculous. Hold on. You know what? For some of you, this aunt of yours could be someone that has followed you from a past life. There's like a weird, dark love story about this whole situation too. For the sake of entertainment purposes, hypothetically speaking, we're gonna say that this aunt of yours, this aunt of yours cannot move past something that happened in the past that has to do with a lover of hers, or ew, that's actually really gross. So this aunt is still stuck on something that happened in the past. And it has to do with a lover, a relationship, a union, a marriage. She can't get past something. She can't move on from something that happened. And that's crazy because if this is an aunt, obviously this would be someone that is older than you. And if it would be a marriage, obviously it would be someone that she would be married to or in a relationship with. Right? So that would mean that you were what? A child. So let's say something happened with her spouse, boyfriend, husband, girlfriend even, I don't know. Let's say her spouse did something to you, and again, you were what? A child, and she can't get past that, but is demonizing you. That's actually like messed up. That would be like victim shaming, right? It's giving protecting the pedophile. If we're going to be blunt and honest about it, that's what it's giving, right? It's giving someone who can't get past that her person had a wandering eye on a child. They can't get past that. And despite all of that, you're still shining, flying like a butterfly, free as a bird. And their life is just stuck and stagnant. You can't get past that. And you became this Queen of Wands, right? Still beautiful as ever, still handsome as ever if you're a King of Wands, right? You're still in that energy, and she's the only one that can't get past the fact that her husband's a pedophile. Or if this is an uncle, his wife is a pedophile. We're gonna keep it blunt. We're gonna right? But somehow, for whatever reason, you were the problem. You're to blame. You're the reason why their wheel of fortune is not going anywhere. It's not progressing. It's not moving forward. You're the reason why. And I also feel like with that 8 of swords on the fence, I feel like there was something where that victim shaming, where you were made to believe that you were the wrong, and you never blamed the child. That's gross. Come on, right? But you did your healing. You started loving yourself. You realized, oh, I'm not the one. I was a child. And right, as you should, because a child, you don't blame a child for the actions of an adult. Crazy pants. So yeah, you have every right to not be in the 5 of Cups reverse, or the 5 of Cups upright. So it's for what? You didn't do anything wrong. You're in the 5 of Cups reverse. And I feel like they want to blame you and victim shame you and this and that, but they're stuck on that. They're the ones that can't move on from that. You're trauma aware, right? Trauma aware. You're not worried about that. I feel like not only were they victim shaming you, but they wanted to trap you in this trauma, right? And God's like, let me raise my baby from perdition, because they got a whole anointing, a blessing, an inheritance. And not only are you trying to victim shame them for something that happened to them as a child, but you're also trying to take their blessing, make them believe that they're not worthy of a blessing, make them believe that they're not special, and we're not having any of that. Right? Go God. Right? And that is exactly why we love the Most High God, the Alpha and the Omega. Right? Everything and everything in between. You really got to give it up to the Most High God. You really do, because whew, this was some dark shizzle. This was horrendous what this was. Oh my God. 2 of Pentacles, upright. You had to balance this stuff out. You had to, like, it's really, it gets complicated, because what is that? 2 of Pentacles and then 2 of Trees. Yeah. So it's a 2 of Pentacles. Let's hold on. That's a 2 of Trees. That's a 2 of Pentacles. That's a 2 of Trees. I feel like you really had to balance this stuff out. You really had to, like, organize it, right? You're not unworthy because of trauma. That's trauma that was inflicted onto you. You're worthy regardless. But this trauma doesn't make you unworthy. You also have to sift out, like, what was yours, what wasn't yours. And I also feel like sometimes, like, with the whole victim blaming, well, you deserve that, you must have done something. When does a child ever... It's so weird. You must have done... You telling me a child seduced a grown-ass adult? That doesn't make any sense to me. So I feel like that could have also been part of the illusion, right? Everybody keep your guard, because they be with that Queen of Wands energy. You could just it's so sad to say, but if you're a divine feminine, you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say, like, it's like you can remember the first time you were subjected to, like, catcalling or sexualized, and it always starts as a child, right? And you always have those women that, they're getting... I had someone use the word bewitching. Oh, yeah, now she's bewitching men. That's an 8-year-old child. What are you talking about? That's a 5-year-old child. What are you talking about? How are they... You telling me a child is seducing a... That's weird. So I feel like there was something with the 7 of Wands and the 7 of Cups here. There could have been this individual that was like, oh, yeah, they must have done something. You gotta watch your men around this Queen of Wands, because, you know, she's gonna put an illusion or bewitch them, and that's just so messed up, man. And I feel like God was seeing everything, and God was like, yeah, we're gonna relax on your blessings for a bit, because you're doing a little too much. We're gonna relax on that for a second, a hot second. And that hot second could have been years, months, weeks, maybe even a decade or 2. Alright, I'll get 2 more and then I'll close the reading. So I feel like you'd really had to balance some things out within you, right? Balance out your power. Also things like that, like learning how to This is a whole trauma reading, man. Right? When things like that happen to children, they tend to grow up to be over-sexualized, over-sexual, because of the trauma that they experience like that. I'm gonna have to put a trigger warning on this, right? So I feel like you have to balance out that Queen of Wands and King of Wands can be seen as like the most sexual, most like, right? So I feel like if you're naturally that Queen of Wands energy, whether or not you are an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius woman or masculine, you really have to balance out that energy and be very, very careful with it, because that I feel like that was being used against you. All right. Oh, you're the reason why my husband had a wandering eye. You're the reason why my girl did this. And it's like, first of all, that is a child. So, right? That's it. That's it. That doesn't go any further than that. That's it. That should end the conversation. That should end the argument. That should end the queries. That should end the investigation. Are they a child? There's a no. Yes? Okay, then that's it. That's all you need to know. There's no, oh, but, no, there's none of that. That's a child. That's it. That's where it ends. You can't make excuses for what a grown adult did when it comes to a child. Right? Karma, justice. Ooh, see? It's your justice to be in this energy, this light, vibrant. It's like, it would be the best way I can put it, as if the whole purpose of this was someone deliberately tried to take your innocence away, and throughout all of this traumatic experiences, all of the betrayals, all of this, all of that, all the hardships, right? You still somehow retained your childlike innocence. Right? So I think that's another reason why this individual is obsessed. Right? Your innocence was taken away. How do you still have it? How do you... Was that the point and purpose of all of this? And God sees all. Right? So... And like I said, this woman or this uncle or this aunt, they were hiding what's really in their hearts, right? Trying to be incognito, but God created every heart individually, right? So this woman's like, oh, those blessings aren't from God, angels don't exist, and blah, 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 because I've never experienced it. Well, that's because God knows what's in your heart, and it's not God, right? Karma, justice. Karma, justice. And so they're experiencing karma. Their karma is stagnation. They're not going to lose anything, but they're also not gaining anything either. That's their karma, to stay still. Right? They wanted to take from you. I say this all the time. Something of equal or greater value. Right? They wanted to take your inheritance. So now they're going to be stuck forever in the same hustle and grind, while you get to elevate and move and elevate and move and elevate and move and elevate and move. And they get stuck. Stagnation. Delays, procrastination, right? They don't move. They don't move. They don't move. That is their karma. That is your justice. On the bottom of the deck, what do we have? The King of Wands. I love that. The King of Wands upright. Who is the King of Wands? The protector. So you're being protected. You have a divine match, right? And throughout all of this, despite all of this traumatic, whatever, because you remained your connection with God, you remained to keep God in your heart, you remained your innocence, right? Despite that, it may have been physically taken away from you, but spiritually, it was still there. You remained intact with that, right? And I also do feel like you have this divine protection. Now, this could be the Most High God, very fierce in their protection, but I also feel like you have a divine person that's been waiting for you to kind of like heal this, right? Understand this, discover this, uncover this as well, right? So now that you know what you know, and it says the first card that came out was you were right about everything. So you know, right? You now that you are up to date with the storyline, essentially, now you're your match, right? Now you can meet your match at their level because you're there, right? You've essentially solved the riddle, right? Now you can move on. So, I'll show you. That's the protector. That's the King of Wands. Alright? This is a reading. I'm going to close the reading out. This is done. This is no more. Bye.